Hey guys, so today I have a pretty quick video for you. I wanted to give my 2 cents on the still pretty new Soft Matte Complete Concealer from Nars. This has kind of been sitting around in my collection for about a month and a half now. It's still a pretty new release, but I've found that a lot of YouTubers are talking about it now. I feel like they sent out a bunch of PR and the concealer, you know, people talked about it and then it kind of went away. And I've noticed that a lot more YouTubers are talking about it now. In particular, I watch a lot of YouTubers with dry skin and a lot of them are saying that they really enjoy it. So I wanted to give my 2 cents on how I feel the formula works for dry skin and kind of give you guys my input. Hopefully if you have dry skin or even if you have combo and oily skin, this will be helpful for you. So typically pot concealers don't work well for me, but ever since I tried the Glossier Stretch Concealer, I kind of rethought pot concealers. And if they have enough emollients to them, I think they can really work. Now this Nars concealer is quite emollient. It does melt pretty easily once you take it on your finger. And that's usually the best way to apply pot concealers in general, so that warmth, you know, melts the product a little bit. About a medium coverage from this concealer. I don't think it's completely full coverage. Medium to full, I would say. I think the coverage is pretty decent for, you know, the average person. I have to say that on any spots on my face, for blemishes, for redness, I think it really works well. And because it's matte, it's not drawing any attention to the spot. It's really kind of camouflaging it, and you don't need to set it, so you don't need to add another layer of powder over it. That is where the concealer really shines. Uncovering blemishes, I think it works really well. Here's the issue I have. Nars is really pushing this as being great for the under eyes. In my experience, as having dry skin, I find that this is not great for the gentle, thin skin around the eyes, and I think it kind of sits on top of it. I think part of what makes concealers great for under the eyes is that they really bring light under the eyes rather than making it very flat, and I think this concealer does that. And because the formula, even though I find that it does work well, like on the skin on my face, I don't think it is as blendable around the eyes, depending on the season. And honestly, just hereditarily, I have scaly skin like right in here in my under eyes, which is why I am incredibly picky with under eye concealers. If you've seen any of my other reviews on under eye concealers, you would know that. I can see this really working for someone that wants an airbrush look. I can see this working for someone with more oily skin. Something I may have mentioned before, the reason I got into makeup is that when I was a lot younger, I've always had dark circles under my eyes, and I was looking for a really good concealer to combat that. And that is when I really started to get into makeup, when I started trying a lot of base products, and even now that's what I prefer to work with the most. That's really what I get excited about. Again, I think it's a great concealer for blemishes, even if you do have dry skin. I think it really works just because the skin, where you typically have a blemish like your chin, the skin is just less delicate. It can handle more makeup. But in complete honesty, I have some concealers that I feel work even better than this one, and I am much more likely to purchase concealers for the face at the drugstore because there are a lot of really affordable options there that work just as good as, say, this. I feel like when you get into concealers for under the eyes in more delicate areas, I think then if you find a concealer you really like splurge, you know, treat yourself. I'm all about that. I'm all about saving money and splurging when you really want to. The product is by no means bad. The issue arises when they start marketing this as working even for dry skin and it can go under your eyes and it'll look great. That is what's kind of irritating about that, you know, that they are trying to market it towards a group of people that it just doesn't work for. But let me know, like, does this work for you when you have dry skin? I'd be interested to know. It personally looked way too heavy on me. So let me know in the comments below. I would personally, if you want something with a little bit more of a matte finish, I would go with something like the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer or the Tarte Shape Tape if you want similar coverage and a more matte finish. Yeah, so I hope this review was really helpful for you guys. If you have any other questions, please let me know and I will get back to you. and I will see you in my next video.